As the storm descends upon Echo Ridge, a chilling tableau unfurls before our eyes. The sky, once a peaceful canvas of azure, now morphs into an ominous kaleidoscope of charcoal and cobalt, thundering with anticipation. Fierce gusts of wind, like unseen phantoms, dance wildly through the trees, whispering untold tales of the impending tempest. Each leaf, each branch quivers, echoing the tremors of the unrelenting storm. The air is thick with tension, saturated with a tangible sense of unease. The town of Echo Ridge, usually buzzing with life, now lies in eerie silence. The inhabitants barricade themselves in their homes, praying to be spared from the wrath of nature. The only sound that breaks the unnerving quiet is the stentorian symphony of the oncoming storm, a brutal reminder of the unstoppable forces of nature. Amid this chaotic ballet of nature, we find our friends. Their eyes, wide with apprehension, reflect the ominous dance of lightning across the turbulent sky. Each thunderclap echoes the growing fear in their hearts, amplifying the lurking dread that has been their unwanted companion. They stand, huddled together, their hearts pounding in sync with the escalating rhythm of the storm. Their breath shallow, their spirits dominated by the looming threat. They finally confront what they have been dreading, the heart of darkness. A manifestation of the secrets and dangers they have been trying so hard to ignore. Every sinister whisper, every unresolved mystery, every veiled danger they've ever encountered in Echo Ridge has been leading them to this moment. The storm, in all its terrifying glory, serves as a grim prelude to the revelation of truths, a stark mirror reflecting their deepest fears. In their hearts a different storm rages, a storm of emotions, fear, determination, despair and hope, each battling for supremacy. It's a tumultuous journey, a dance with danger, a churning cauldron of emotions and a battle against the inevitable. They realize that what lies beneath is not just a storm, but a test of their courage, a challenge to their spirit, and a testament to their resilience. A culmination of the secrets and dangers that have been simmering beneath the surface. The group, now aware of the danger they face, decides to confront the looming threat head-on. The realization of the imminent threat that they have been ignoring all this while is now a stark reality that they cannot escape. Each member is shrouded in an aura of grim determination, their faces etched with concern, yet held high with an unyielding resolve. In the midst of their silent contemplation, the room hums with the undercurrent of shared anxiety and a collective will to survive. A silent pledge is forged among them, a bond that would not be broken under any circumstance. They decide to stand not as mere individuals, but as a united front, a force to reckon with that would either win against the impending doom or go down fighting. Taking a deep breath, they begin the arduous task of gathering evidence. It is not an easy task. The enemy has left behind only cryptic clues, almost as if to taunt them. Each piece of evidence is a small fragment of a much larger puzzle, the end picture of which remains elusive. They work tirelessly, their hands moving deftly through documents, maps, artifacts, and other pieces of incriminating evidence. The air grows heavy with the weight of their relentless pursuit of truth, the only weapon they have against their enemy. The room turns into a battleground of thoughts, every mind working at the speed of light, attempting to decipher the intricate web of deceit weaved by their adversary. The mental strain is evident on their faces, but the spirit of resistance remains undeterred. As time ticks away, they also start planning their next move. Strategies are discussed, debated, and revised. Each member contributes to the collective goal, their eyes reflecting the shared hope that they can prevail over the imminent danger. The room transforms into a war room, silent whispers of plans and strategies bouncing off the walls, a testament to their shared resolve. They understand that it is not just their survival at stake, but also the preservation of justice and truth. The weight of their responsibility is enormous, but they shoulder it with grace and determination. They are not just a group anymore. They are an embodiment of courage and tenacity, ready to fight tooth and nail against the looming threat. They gather evidence and plan their next move. Under the cover of the storm, they confront the ominous figure who has been orchestrating events from the shadows, demanding answers. The atmosphere was as brooding as their determination. The storm, an embodiment of their turmoil, raged with unparalleled ferocity. Each flash of lightning was an echo of their inner conflict, and every howl of the wind was a whisper of their growing resolve. They had been through countless trials, faced insurmountable challenges. Each one left a mark on their spirit, each one forged them into the heroes they were now. Their journey had shaped them, chiseled away their fears till all that remained was an unyielding will. They were no longer the naive individuals they had once been, but warriors, ready to face the darkness that had been manipulating their destiny. The figure, shrouded in a cloak as black as his intentions, stood before them. His very presence seemed to absorb the light around him, casting an even darker shadow on the otherwise moonlit night. He was the puppeteer, the mastermind behind the chaos they had been subjected to. For far too long he had been pulling the strings from the shadows, unseen, untouched. But now was their time to strike back. With a courage born of desperation, they stepped forward. Their eyes, burning with resolution, were fixed on the figure. This was the moment they had prepared for, the moment they had been waiting for. The stakes were high, but the price of failure was even higher. They knew they couldn't afford to back down now, not when everything they held dear was on the line. Despite the storm waging around them, a silence descended on the confrontation. It was not a peaceful silence, but a calm before the storm, a silence that held the promise of an impending clash. In that silence they took a collective breath, readying themselves for the storm of conflict that was about to descend. Their demands echoed through the night, reverberating with the righteous anger that had been building within them. It was a demand for truth, a demand for answers, a demand for justice. They were done being the puppets in his game, done being the victims of his manipulations. Their voices rose above the storm, a beacon of hope against the darkness. Under the cover of the storm, they confront the ominous figure who has been orchestrating events from the shadows, demanding answers. The figure reveals a part of the town's history twisted by power and greed, shrouded in mystery, and lost in the sands of time. A history so potent that it shapes the very essence of its people and the landscape they inhabit. It becomes a narrative that is not just shared but lived and experienced every day, a legacy whose origins are as ancient as the land itself. The town, quaint and charming, nestled amidst rolling hills, was a testament to a glorious past. Its cobblestone streets and timber-framed houses whispered tales of valor and courage, of love and loss, intertwined in the threads of time. The town's history was a legend, a story passed down from generation to generation through weary lips and weathered pages. Yet, somewhere along the line, greed and power began to twist and corrupt the once noble tales. Leaders with malicious intent and a thirst for power turned the town's history into a weapon of control. They twisted the truth, shaping it into a narrative that served their own dark pursuits, using it as a tool to manipulate and subjugate. And as the years rolled by, the town's history, once a beacon of pride and honor, was distorted into a tale of fear and subjugation. The ancient secret, which was once a revered part of the town's heritage, was not immune to this corruption. It was a secret rooted in the very fabric of the town, a secret that was as much a part of the town as its people. But as power and greed ran rampant, the secret too was twisted to serve the selfish motives of those in power. The secret, once a source of unity and pride, became a symbol of division and fear. It was used to sow discord and perpetuate inequality, to fuel ambitions and justify atrocities. The true nature of the secret was lost to the ages, buried under layers of deceit and manipulation. But today the figure stands proudly, bearing witness to the twisted history, holding within itself the power to reveal the true nature of the ancient secret. It is this figure that holds the key to understanding and ultimately unraveling the distorted narrative that the town's history has become, explaining the true nature of the ancient secret. The revelation leads to a high-stakes chase through the stormy streets of Echo Ridge. Our group of protagonists, each with distinctive and compelling personalities, finds themselves drawn into a whirlwind of danger and urgency. The rain-washed streets beneath their feet glisten with the ominous glow of the city lights, casting eerie shadows that dance and flicker with each flash of lightning. The stormy weather reflects the tumultuous situation they are in, a powerful and dramatic backdrop for the urgency of their mission. Their breaths come out in ragged gasps, their hearts pounding against their ribs, echoing the drumming of the rain against the concrete. The wind whistles through the narrow alleyways, carrying with it whispers of foreboding, hinting at the hidden dangers that lurk in the dark corners of the city. In the lead is Jack, a grizzled veteran with a troubled past. He's seen too much, lost too much, but he still has a fire in his eyes that refuses to be extinguished. He knows the stakes. The dread of the impending catastrophe propels him forward. Behind him are the others, their expressions grim, determination etched onto their faces. They are an unlikely group of individuals, each with their own reasons for being there, drawn together by circumstance and a shared destiny. Their shared goal is to prevent a catastrophe that was foretold in an ancient legend, a prophecy etched in ancient stone and passed down through generations. The legend speaks of a terrible event, a disaster of unimaginable proportions, a calamity that could wipe the city of Echo Ridge from the face of the earth. The clock is ticking, the hour hand inching closer to the dreaded time. The tension is palpable, the air charged with a sense of impending doom. Yet, amidst the chaos and the fear, there is a glimmer of hope. The group clings onto it, the thin strand of optimism that winds its way around their hearts, lending them strength, guiding them through the stormy labyrinth of Echo Ridge. Their path is fraught with obstacles, each one more perilous than the last, but they push on, undeterred, driven by the dire need to prevent the catastrophic event foretold in the ancient legend. The climax occurs at a significant landmark in Echo Ridge. This is no ordinary place. It stands as the colossus of history, the nexus of time itself, carved into the soul of the town. Many stories, many generations have risen and fallen under its watch. It's a place ingrained with the essence of Echo Ridge, a place where the past whispers to the present. The night was dark and the sky above was a melancholic abyss, filled with a storm that seemed like the universe's own wrath. Lightning crackled, illuminating the harshness of the landscape beneath it. Each flash of light was like the universe revealing the underpinnings of a grim tale, casting an ethereal glow on the assembled figures. Their faces, ghostly in the flickering light, held a mix of emotions. Fear, determination, anticipation, all flavored by an electrifying uncertainty. Each character was a world unto themselves, carrying the weight of their own stories, their own secrets. Truths are laid bare under such stark revelations. Secrets, like long-buried corpses, have an uncanny habit of rising to the surface when the storm comes. The storm was here, and under its relentless torrent, each secret was peeled back, layer by layer. Like a cruel game of fate, the characters were forced to confront their own ghosts. Yet at that moment, they weren't individuals with their own hidden demons. They stood as a collective, their fates intertwined in ways they couldn't begin to fathom. They were a group, a band of souls united by circumstance, bound by the silent oath to face whatever peril stood before them. Their wits were their weapons, their courage their shield. In this game of survival, their intellect and bravery were their only lifelines. It was a testing time, a moment where their truest selves were laid bare, stripped of pretense and laid open to judgment. Every decision they made, every step they took was laced with the potential for victory or certain defeat. The tension hung in the air as palpable as the storm's electricity. Each moment was a test, a challenge that demanded everything they had and more. The danger that they faced was a beast born out of their own fears. It was a mirror, reflecting their deepest, darkest nightmares, a manifestation of their own insecurities, doubts and weaknesses. But even as they stared into this abyss, they did not falter. The group must use all their wits and courage to face the danger. Even in the face of insurmountable odds, they found the strength to endure, to fight, to hope. This indeed is the climax of their journey, a defining moment that will either break them or forge them into legends. In the aftermath, the group reflects on their journey. Their eyes, filled with a mix of triumph and regret, gaze out upon the transformed landscape of Echo Ridge. Overcome by emotions, they stand in silence, allowing the echo of their adventure to resonate within them. For some, the journey was a test of courage, pushing them to confront their deepest fears in ways they had never imagined. There were moments when they felt defeated, yet they carried on, driven by their indomitable spirit and the bond that they had formed. Others found the journey to be a lesson in resilience, having risen to the challenge time and again, even when the odds were heavily stacked against them. They braved the storm, learning to dance in the rain rather than waiting for it to pass. Yet, for all, the journey was a tale of transformation, an odyssey that had changed them in more ways than one. The tears, the laughter, the pain and the joy, stitched together into a tapestry of memories that they would carry with them for the rest of their lives. As the first rays of dawn cut through the gloom, a sense of calm descended upon Echo Ridge. The storm had taken its toll, uprooting the old and making way for the new. The scars on the landscape were a testament to the storm's wrath, yet they were also a symbol of its rebirth. The once rugged terrain had morphed into an enchanting panorama, blurring the line between what was real and what was surreal. The storm had not only changed Echo Ridge, but it had also changed them. They saw themselves reflected in the landscape, forever altered, stronger and wiser. The storm was a part of them now, a symbol of their journey, a beacon of their resilience, and a reminder of what they had overcome. The storm clears, leaving Echo Ridge forever changed, with the promise of new beginnings. The group watches as a new day dawns, their hearts filled with hope and determination. The journey was over, but the story was far from done. They knew as they looked out upon the transformed Echo Ridge that this was just the beginning of a new chapter, a new adventure waiting to unfold. In the wake of the storm, Echo Ridge finds peace. The darkness that once loomed over the town has been replaced by a sense of relief that is almost tangible. The storm, as fierce and relentless as it was, had swept away the smog of uncertainty and fear that had enveloped the townsfolk for so long. But as the sky gradually lightens, painting a breathtaking tableau of pinks and oranges against the receding dark, it's clear that the storm was not just a destructive force. It was a cleanser, a purifier of a town that held secrets darker than the storm clouds themselves. People of Echo Ridge, each carrying their own internal tempests, begin to emerge from the safety of their homes. Their faces, hardened by the recent ordeals, now wear expressions of cautious optimism. They tread lightly, mindful not to disturb the newfound tranquility, their steps resonating with the rhythm of hope. The storm had been a crucible, and they, the resilient souls who braved it, have emerged stronger, their spirits unbroken, their resolve steeled. Yet every corner of Echo Ridge whispers of the mysteries that had once plagued its existence. The old oak tree at the edge of town, the dilapidated manor atop the hill, the cobbled streets winding through the heart of Echo Ridge. Every nook and cranny has a tale to tell, a secret to guard. The echoes of these secrets form an indelible part of the town's identity, an undercurrent that pulses through the veins of the town. In the town hall, silence reigns supreme. The ancient clock that hangs above the entrance ticks away, its steady rhythm a comforting presence amidst the hushed whispers of the past. The echoes of time, of triumphs and tragedies reverberate through the walls. They are reminders of the town's resilience, of the strength it took to endure, persist, and finally find peace. Yet these echoes are not just memories. They are the lifeblood of Echo Ridge, their rhythm a testament to the courage of those who dared to uncover them. They resonate in the hearts of those brave souls, their pulses syncing with the heartbeat of the town. These brave few understand that truly embracing the peace that now blankets Echo Ridge means acknowledging the echoes of its past. Those echoes, though now just whispers in the wind, will linger. They will linger in the hearts of those who dared to uncover them, in the very fabric of Echo Ridge. They are a testament to the town's past, a part of its history, a piece of its identity. Every breath of wind, every rustle of leaves, every drop of rain will carry these echoes, these remnants of mysteries and secrets, ensuring their survival, their continuance. And so, the echoes of its mysteries will linger in the hearts of those who dare to uncover them. The end, or is it? A question that lingers in the air as we close this chapter, this story, this journey we've embarked on together. It's a question that sparks a sense of curiosity, a sense of wonder, a sense of anticipation. Is this really the end? Or is it just the beginning of something else, something new, something extraordinary? And as we ponder this question, we reflect on the journey we have taken. The highs, the lows, the triumphs and the setbacks. We remember the laughter and the tears, the joy and the heartbreak, the hardship and the victory. We remember the characters we've grown to love, the places we've explored and the lessons we've learned. We remember the friendships forged in the heat of battle, the alliances formed in the face of adversity, the rivalries that have pushed us to our limits, and the love stories that have touched our hearts. We remember the moments of despair, when all seemed lost, and the moments of elation when victory was within our grasp. We remember the trials and tribulations that tested our mettle, the challenges that pushed us to grow, the obstacles that forced us to adapt. We remember the heroes who rose to the occasion, the villains who made us question our values, and the innocents who reminded us of what's truly important. In the grand scheme of things, we ask ourselves, is this really the end, or is it just another bend in the road, another chapter in our collective story? Could it be the end of an era, or could it be the dawn of a new one? As we ponder these questions, we are filled with a sense of hope, a sense of expectation, a sense of longing. We long for more adventures, more challenges, more stories to tell. We long for more characters to love, more places to explore, more lessons to learn. And so we find ourselves at a crossroads, unsure of what lies ahead, but excited for the possibilities. For what is an end but a new beginning? What is a conclusion but a new opportunity for growth and discovery? What is a farewell but a chance for a new hello? In the end, we realize that it's not really the end. It's merely a pause, a break, a moment to reflect before we embark on our next adventure. So as we turn the final page of this chapter, as we close the book on this journey, we find ourselves asking, the end, or is it? Or is